have Dutch nationality, and I live in the Netherlands. Some years ago, my presence on this stage would have been pretty unlikely. I am fortunate enough to be alive and well after 19 years of living with HIV. I am a migrant, a sister, a daughter, and a wife to be. Sadly, I am not a mother, and definitely not a teenage girl anymore. But I do know firsthand through my work with women and can understand why young girls from Africa looking for a better life. Most of all, I know the high price that she paid to follow her dreams. These young women came to Europe, running from poverty, violence, disease, and injustice. I met her when she had made it all the way to Amsterdam, and our paths came together. While searching for a better life, she got HIV, and now she's pregnant with her first child. She had been running for her life, and in doing so, she left the devastation of AIDS behind her. She did not expect it to follow her all to the new land, where she believed her dreams would come true. HIV was not going to be in the baby she was longing to hold in her arms. She and her unborn child are among the fortunate ones are able to process the services and treatment she and her baby needs to be healthy. Her baby will be born HIV-free, and most probably, she will have a second child. Through her eyes and a smile and the way she nourished her child, you can see that her life is no longer interrupted by living with HIV. But this is not the reality for most of the women living with HIV. No matter where these women are living, there's mothers. They and their unborn child will be able to access the same treatments that she has received. And yet, we're falling far short of delivering the services. In Africa, we have dedicated caretakers running out of options and being forced to crush and dissolve adult HIV medication in water to be able to give it to children. Are we living in the same world? Are we doing so well treatment-wise in some parts of the world that we forget the ones who do not have the same access to treatment? How can that be? In many developing countries, children living with HIV will die before their second birthday. For HIV-positive mothers and their unborn child not to have access to comprehensive treatment is unthinkable, is unacceptable, and is a crime in progress. Lost to the world will be hundreds of thousands of creative, gifted, often brilliant students. We are in a world with an urgent need of true solidarity and commitment. In the West, while surviving HIV, we are leaving behind the most vulnerable, the most innocent victims of this pandemic. We have an obligation to provide these children with care and protection. They deserve a better tomorrow, and we must fulfill the promise made to them to deliver access to care, welfare, health, and security. It is really the intention, and there is a commitment to provide affected children and their families with care and support. Universal access is critical. For young girls and boys, they are never too young for education and prevention from harm, but they will always be too young to die. I urge the global community to listen to the voices of children and deliver on the rights of women and children affected by HIV. All mothers living with HIV must have access to comprehensive treatment. Children living with HIV must have access to testing and pediatric treatment. Children orphaned and made vulnerable by HIV must receive holistic care and support. If we do not act now to achieve universal access for children, history will judge us.